Hello and welcome to Lost Legacy. This is our episode 6 of season 3. Let's introduce our players and then we'll go into a recap after all that. I'll start with our newest friend to join us. Tom, why don't you say who you are, who you're playing, and anything else if you want me to promo anything?
I don't particularly have anything to promo. I'm Tom. I'm happy to be the new guy. Hopefully, at some point, I'm the slightly less new guy. I'm playing Heath, the newly recruited man of the call.
Perfect, perfect. Next, Rennie.
Hello, hello. My name is Rennie. I'll be playing Disbin Tinderfoot, a goblin paladin of the Oath of Vigilance. Um, the only thing I have to promote really is I have started running games on startplayinggames.com. You can search Rennie Stern and you can find me there if you are so interested. Fun fact about Dizzy: the first time that he ate a shish kebab, like meat on a stick, he also ate the stick because he thought it was part of the meal.
Just a little extra fiber in his diet. All right. As you can see, unfortunately, Norm is busy tonight, so he cannot join us. But next, we'll go with Sam.
Hey, I'm Sam. I am just now realizing that I should pull up my character sheet, and I am playing Odyseth Krashtuk, our Dragonborn cleric, and I am here to promote this ice cream sandwich.
Oh shit!
Uh oh. I
Yeah.
mean, it's about to be
You heard it
8.
here
It's not going to be
first.
promoted.
It's not going to be around for very long, but I just wanted to give it its time and to
Nice. It's
shine
a
before.
limited time offer if you.
Exactly. Yeah, very limited.
All right. And I am Gene or Gino. I am the GM, and let's go into a little bit of. Oh yeah, let's talk about some silly stuff. So you can spend channel points with the little potions that allow you to buy inspiration for either the group, myself, and depending on you know when they deem it appropriate or I deem it appropriate, we'll add or subtract from the roll. We'll see how it goes. Besides that, let's see. Lots happened so far. So they met our newest pal, Heath, as he was being thrown out of the Wizard's Tower for apparently asking too many complicated questions. The group kind of joined him and kind of asked him because they found out that he was interested in similar things that they were looking into. They went and had a meal, and at that place where they had a meal, they discussed and found out that it looks like that their goals currently align, as Heath has been to this desert place and the wizard's tower they're seeking. But they are also investigating the weird dreams and missing peoples, and so it all seems to come together. After having a nice lunch, meeting some bartenders, they decided to split up and kind of seek information in the town. Of the town of Grim, which is the capital of Stravend. So they have all gone their separate ways, and some people had more exciting adventures. Some people had vomit out of the mouth syndrome, and some people, got a small reveal of who their fake boss slash coworker was, and so we will kind of pick up from at pretty much right after that. All of you, we'll say you're back at the what the heck was this place called? The Worn Sword Inn, which is you have Angmar Farlight, who is the proprietor. But you have reconvened. It's pretty much it's late evening at this point because you guys were leaving as like the dinner rush was running in, and you guys are reconvening a few hours later, with everyone finding out what information they have gathered and maybe to share. So, without further ado, let's get this show on the road.
Hi guys. I'm gonna grab us some drinks, but hope everything went well for you. I have a couple of things, and I get her over to the bar and greet Angmar.
She nods to you. Oh, you're back. All right. Pours you a tray of drinks and hands them off.
Thank you, ma'am. And I
She
come
kind of like
back with
flexes
tray
a
of
little
drinks.
as she kind of just points when she flexes at the trophy behind her on the bar, and just keeps going, doing her thing.
What's the trophy, Gene? I don't think I
Uh,
recognize this.
it looks like a wrestling trophy. Like you could definitely, now that you look around, there's like different things of like her glory days of being like a sports star, of like wrestling, strongman competitions, different local things that have kind of occupied this bar, almost like tchotchkes around it, old medals and awards.
Yeah, I think Dizzy will kind of clock this for the first time, and he'll, oh wow, oh damn, Miss Farlight, you're kind of a celebrity.
She's like, well, that's how I bought this place, and now that I'm retired, can pay for my granddaughter's tuition, and doing fine for myself.
Wow,
And I'm glad you noticed. You know what? Shot on me, and she just pours you a shot and puts it on a tray. And she seems really happy that you noticed her trophies that she clearly has been like obviously
cool.
flexing
Yeah.
and pointing at.
I will happily accept the shot. And all right, Miss Angmar. I don't know if we have rooms yet, but I think we're gonna take 3 rooms.
All right, I'll get them cleaned up. You kind of see her whistle, and you see like a young, scrawny kid come in. She goes, room 3, 4, and 5. Clean them up. Make sure they're all chamber pots cleaned. And she kind of, and this kid goes, yes, ma'am, and runs upstairs.
Cool. And I will return to our table with a pile of drinks and a shot, and I will put the tray down. So, how'd you guys make out?
Who told you we made out?
No, oh jeez. How does that, do you have lip? Nope, nope. Made out, just like, how did it go?
I want to tell you, it was awful. Those wizards are truly the worst people I've ever met. This is Kellen. I'm just doing a shitty accent of him. They're the worst. Honestly, they know nothing. They're stupid, and they're a jerk. They're unreasonable. I don't know. We shouldn't interact with them. I think Heath had the right of it. They're bad people. Anyway, they don't have any leads or anything. They wouldn't even they don't know anything. They're just dummies.
The wizards don't know anything at all.
No, their heads are too far up. Their wands are too far up their asses,
Oh, okay, I guess. That seems weird, but sure.
I mean, you can make insight. You can make insight checks.
Yeah, I'm gonna make an insight check.
But
That sounds good.
I'm just looking at what he wrote to me, and I said, okay.
15.
I got a 15 as well.
21.
Hold on, I gotta pull up a sheet. Perfect. You all know that he is definitely not telling the truth, or at least he's telling the truth he believes. But he's definitely leaving out a lot of details that he thinks are not worth telling.
Okay, Kel. I think we're gonna circle back to that.
Don't even bother. It's not worth it.
Sure. All right. Well, why don't we? How about I start? So I talked to my contact in the Oath of Vigilance in the hall. Turns out they have been investigating the cult. They don't have a lot of leads, unfortunately. The big thing they've been looking into are these troubling dreams that people have been having. And they kind of gave me 2 leads, which is a manor house, which I believe is abandoned, and the barrows that exist outside of town. Those were kind of the 2 big highlights of our conversation.
That
How
may
did
align
you
with
make
me.
out?
I made out pretty well. I mean, we had a good rapport, let's say.
I am proud of you.
Thank you. How did things go for you, buddy?
Well, also we only made one of the two stops. After seeing the observatory, it seemed less than prudent to visit the graveyard straight out.
Okay.
So at the observatory, we had some luck with Daryl, who runs the place, and she managed to pull a couple of visions out of the stars. We asked a couple of questions of the visions. We tried to find out where we should start searching, and that gave us a chain of visions, starting at the Lich Yard, heading into the Temple of the Three Gods, and then much farther out, there's another crumbling ruin. Seems like it's outside of town. We kept pushing along that line of questioning, and we may have worn out the observatory a bit. It
Worn out. What does that mean?
the device that was pulling these visions and giving them to us, it exploded a little bit,
Exploded.
just a little bit. The building's still standing. The telescope and the lens are not. Mirror, lens, I don't quite remember. It was a frantic couple of moments.
Okay.
But we have a strong idea on where these ruins are.
Do you think the barrows are the ruins? Are they one
It-
of the same?
it's certainly possible. Where we're looking at is north and just a little bit east of town. Do you know where the barrows are?
I'm pretty sure that's where the barrows were. We passed them on our way in. Or we passed something like that.
It seems like it's certainly worth a look.
Okay. I will say I am interested in this manor as well. I definitely want to poke around a little bit in case there's any signs of the cult. Oh, damn it! I should have left the cipher with my buddy. Damn it! I'll do that later. Okay. Well, I think we have enough to go on. Now, Kellen, you're just saying the wizards are a pile of idiots, and I'll be honest, man. How are wizards all idiots? I can see some of them being, I don't know, full of themselves, but you didn't get a scrap of information.
Well, listen, they didn't want to like cooperate or talk with us. There was a little girl; she might be helpful, but everyone else, I dealt with. What was her name? I don't even know, but they were all mean and just they didn't want to be helpful. They looked down on us. They didn't think we were wizardly enough. And Sparkle goes, yeah, we weren't wizardly enough. That's the reason.
Insight check on Sparkle.
I mean, you can tell Sparkle's not convinced on what has been said, but he's also not going to like throw Kellen under the bus.
I feel like something more happened that you're not saying. If they're just mean out of nowhere.
You know what? I hear that lens you need help fixing. You know what? I'm gonna go check out that lady you need help with. I'm really good with magic stuff. I think I'll go do that. Yeah, that'll be good. Here, you guys keep investigating. I'm gonna go help her. Don't worry about this. It'll be fine. Maybe someone else. It's fine. No, I told you they're not helpful. They don't want to help us. They don't want to help people. They look down on us.
Okay. Yeah, all right, fine. Go fix the thing. See if you can't help rebuild our reputation.
And he will scuttle off toward the observatory.
Uh, one more thing that we saw when we were, and probably what caused this whole disaster over the observatory. We asked what else we might face, what other threats we should prepare for, and we had some fairly terrible visions of looming darkness and shadows crawling and creeping over people's beds. Um, there were some feminine shapes, but we couldn't quite determine whether they were young or old or quite what shape they were in. We just got the impression of them being feminine. And then they gathered around this cauldron, glowing in all the bubbles.
A cauldron? Huh.
Seems
Okay.
a bit disconcerting.
Yeah, to say the least. Okay. I mean that, I think we're all thinking it, but that sounds like the shadow cult, the Tenebris cult activity. So, all right. Well, I mean, listen, the hour's kind of late. Do we want to maybe poke around the manor tonight and then go to the Barrows in the morning? Do we want to do all of this tomorrow morning? What do we think?
Well, I'm feeling right as rain. I will say, if we're going to go into some barrows, I would rather we have as much daylight behind us as possible. So going to barrows in
Sure.
the morning seems like a good plan.
Yeah, maybe we should have Kellen with us when we go to the Barrows. All right. Well, why don't we check out this manor? I mean, I'll say this. I don't be, I can't make all of the charges go away if we get caught, but I can help soften the blow, let's say.
I'm in favor of exploration.
Okay.
I do not think we should shy away from the Barrows.
I mean, do you think the Manor House is worth looking into first, Odyseth?
What is our goal?
I think we're still looking because we know the Tenebris cult is here. We know it's here. We just don't know where it's housed, right? I mean,
Indeed.
the Manor House might have signs of these missing people. The Barrows may be the source, but I don't know.
If I have learned anything from my time in the human realms, it is that the obvious place like the house will be an expenditure of resources that will lead us to the underground place.
That is a interesting way to look at it, but okay. I guess.
If you
Yeah.
wish to go to the house first, I will be supportive.
Well, thank
I
you.
just
I
think it
appreciate.
will likely lead us to the other place.
I mean, if we're gonna go there anyway, any place that we go is gonna lead us to the other place. But thank you for your support. Um, yeah, let's go do some crime.
I do want
Then.
to make sure it gets mentioned. We did have two other locations to look when we want to search down these missing people. We saw not only the barrows, but we also saw the graveyard, which is right behind them, and the Temple of the Three. So either of those may also be places to start this journey. And we were given those three in an order, whether or not that order matters. So if we're going to
All
go to
right.
Barrows, we may want to go by way of the graveyard and then the temple. The mana wasn't in that vision, so it may be a separate investigation.
Um, I mean, what do we think? Do we think our best bet is to go to the graveyard? I mean, the manor, the graveyard, the temple. I mean, it is late at night. I don't know how much access we'll have to the temple. You two are priests. I don't know if that means anything to them, but you tell me.
The graveyard feels the most accessible at night. It wouldn't involve breaking and entering. But
Yeah, but where's the fun in that?
The manor is its own journey, so I could see either.
I mean, we can enter and break things anywhere we choose to go.
He does have a point.
Now you're talking.
Why don't
graveyard,
we flip a coin?
then manor?
Why don't we flip a coin? Heads, we go to the manor. Tails, we go to the graveyard.
Do you have a coin, Heath? An easily accessible coin?
Give me one moment.
A -1.
Don't mind me. Heads it is. So what is that? I forget.
That was manor.
All right. Let's go to the manor. Come on, Reg.
Find your trouble.
Burp. All right, so you guys begin to leave 20. You head back down the road you came up, and then you start veering off around here as you kind of take the long walk past the road. And you keep on walking. You know, it's about, probably 20, 25 minutes of like a walking, probably about, mile and a half. As you're,
right.
It's at night, you don't really know where you're going, and eventually you get to this building, number 12, which is the manor. It looks like a boarded up building. No guards. I mean, you pass some guards when you walked across the bridge, and you do see people patrolling, and there are like torches, but you're not stopped. People look at you, but no one questions who you are, as you guys seem to be walking with a purpose. Yeah, you see like an old abandoned manor. You are approaching it from the backside, because the front is actually on the inside. But since that's you only know the location. But it looks like a pretty.
Right.
The grass is not kept. All the windows look pretty boarded up on the first and second floor. If you guys want to make me any checks, let me know.
Yeah. I mean, I wanna start looking around. Gene, I'm looking for, entrances or exits, windows that have less boards. Maybe
Okay.
a good point of ingress.
Give me an investigation check, please.
Oh, the thing I'm terrible at. That's a good old 10. Did you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it all looks pretty worn down. It doesn't look like any of these areas are used less or more than like trampled. You definitely see that there is definitely foot traffic, as people have definitely cut through this area to get to the other road. Instead of having to go up a hill or go find the main road. Definitely like smaller footprints of like humanoids, boots. You do see the occasional animal print, like a goat footprint. Maybe someone tried to take some goats instead of having to go up the hill, pass by, but nothing out of the ordinary. Everything again looks pretty tight. The doors are all boarded up. You don't see anything of note. Anyone else want to make any other checks for me?
Yeah. Just wants to just sort of like understand, looking at the architecture and the layout of the grounds, whether or not he thinks there is substantial potential like underground components.
Okay, like so it's like there was like okay, yeah. I mean, give me an investigation check. I think that's the best one for this.
Can I guidance myself?
Sure can.
Not going to be good either way. An 8 plus a 2. I get a 10.
All right, that's great. Yeah, I mean, you definitely see a cellar door that's boarded up, but you don't see any like secret tunnels or anything.
Got it.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
what he wants to do is he wants to kind of do like a slow perimeter check. I mean, it's kind of the flavor of the moment, but like a slow perimeter check. But he's also going to cast Detect Thoughts. Just like
Ooh.
listen to what's going on in the area, see if he picks up any activity that he might not otherwise expect. If he does, he'll like slow down and listen a little bit.
Interesting. So, yeah, you kind of do a slow perimeter. Your eyes don't catch anything as this place looks abandoned, but then you hear on the edge of your thoughts, tee hee, hee. Look at those idiots, hee, hee. And just like surface thoughts of like someone laughing, uh, definitely coming from inside the building.
Okay, so he's going to try to not react when he first hears that, and instead
Okay.
when we rally
Make
back
me
together.
make me a deception check with advantage.
17.
Okay. Yep. The thing's just like you hear. Are they coming? Are they here? Do they know? And just like surface thoughts of like curiosity, of like you've definitely all been spotted as you're walking around this area, but besides that, nothing, no like malicious thoughts, but it does think to notice you or like notice that you noticed it. Uh, Everyone can make me a perception check based on hearing.
21.
20.
All right.
What do I get? 18 for me, 12 for Reg.
Okay. I'll say the 18s and above. You definitely hear like what sounds like hard wood on hard wood. Like there's definitely creaks and cracks. Like maybe something's moving around the house, but trying to be quiet, trying to be stealthy about it. Definitely following your movement, Heath.
Brilliant. So uh, it looks like Dizzy is away for a moment, so I'm going to start with Otis. I'm going to use message and cast it like a whisper that I can sense some kind of presence inside the house watching it. And then I'm going to send the same thing to Diz now that I see. And if we're like well out of earshot, if we like, I
You
don't
guys
know,
can back away, like
uh, like maybe like regroup back at the outside the blind man's inn.
Yeah, I mean, or you can just take a few, walk a little bit down the block. Like you don't
Sure.
sense like it's following you. Like as soon as you go away, like as soon as you start walking and you start to hit the edge of your detect thoughts, it's like, okay, and like it seems to like a little bit of disappointment is a surface thought, but also like uh, stupid mortals.
Do we want to try to get inside? I mean, I can probably pry some boards off the cellar door.
It may be worth if we can get there, it may be worth just trying the door itself. If we're determined to go in, we can certainly try that first.
Aren't they all boarded up? Aren't we gonna have to tear some boards like off the front door? Is that true, Gene?
Oh yeah, no, the whole place is boarded up.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I figured
Yeah.
we could do the cellar, and then I could have Reggie on the lookout. He's got pretty good ears and nose. And then we could go in through the basement.
Sounds like a start.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna
Are you
throw
gonna?
my hood up.
Yep. Shoop.
I'm gonna skulk my way back.
All right. Make me a stealth check, please.
Got it. Five.
You're not very stealthy, but you're definitely skulking.
That's fair. I'm gonna set Reggie on lookout, right? Because he can telepathic with me. And Gene, I'm gonna start pulling up boards. Do I have a crowbar? I don't think so. I'm strong as shit. But
Yeah. So you
I do have a
begin.
crowbar.
Nice. Yeah. You
I
begin.
use
I do
crowbar.
not. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. You begin kind of heading. You skulk toward the the basement. Make me a perception check.
The whole group.
Whoever is sneaking up.
2.
All right, you're like, all right, I guess I have to friggin' pry this thing open, and you start getting to work. Give me an athletics check.
Sure. It's the one thing I'm good at. 10.
This door just, it seems like it's really boarded up, and maybe from the inside, like you see the boards on the outside, and like you pry a board up, easy. You pry a board up, but then when you try to get it in, it's just not like there's something on the inside that's holding this door.
Okay. Um, do I think I could give it a little more muscle and try it again, or do I have to find a different point of entrance?
You're looking around and like you think you could definitely try again.
All right. Diz is gonna give it another heave ho.
All right. As you begin to pry, you begin to start hearing a haunting melody coming from inside the manor. I need everyone to make me a wisdom saving throw.
I think he's been working on it all day.
If you're near me, you get +4.
Oh, I mean, you're
Are we
touching
considered near him?
his flaw.
Well, I imagine you guys are. Are you? Did you approach the house as well, or are
How
you?
much time is he
How far do you?
Not
think
in
you're-
a sneaking fashion. So if it's there, then I would not be. But if we've all like come back together to move in after, then
Yeah. If I would say if you're, would you consider yourself within 60 feet of the house?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then you need to make a save. So then, if you are not up near Dizzy, you do not have his bonus. But y'all are clerics, so you should be fine.
Yeah, I got a nat 20.
I not get a nat
Alright.
20. I did get 18.
Great. And what did you get, Dizzy?
26.
Okay. For
Dang.
a moment, you begin hearing this melody, and your eyes kind of droop for a little, all of you, but you kind of snap out of it. And you hear this haunting melody playing from inside the house.
Well, that siren song sounds like it's going to be trouble.
I might never
And then it stops.
All right. Heath is going to approach. He'll
I
like
forgot that if you go like on a bullshit
nominally be sneaky about
they
it,
have, like,
but he can't
way better selections of stuff there.
sneak to save his life. So it's
As
not
you
gonna get him.
begin nominally sneaking forward,
Yeah. No big
you all
deal.
hear
I mean,
from
Hades,
in
like,
front of
I
the
guess,
house
is a good yo-yo.
the telltale signs of
They have
rusty
just, like,
hinges,
steak.
and you see a purple light toward the front of the house.
So I thought my mom and the kiddo, because he just does all my steak, would just eat all the New York strips.
That's not a
And
good
I was like,
sign.
cool, my teeth can't eat that. And then, for
So
whatever reason,
as I'm walking up to Dizzy, I'm
so I
gonna,
just like had to eat like 3
again
days more.
send message. So I'm not like yelling across this space. But all right. So front door. All right. That's the direction that Heath's heading now.
I think Dizzy's gonna back up Heath. Heath seems to be the one with the gumption at the moment.
All right. As you guys circle around the front of the house, you see the boarded door opens as if like the boards were kind of just like falsely placed on there and just attached to the wooden of the door, but not the frame. And it's open, and on the inside is almost like a swirling purple light. So you can't see into the house, but you do see like a swirling purple light where the door passage would be, the threshold.
You know what, Gene? I normally wouldn't ask this, but I am friends with a powerful illusionist. So I see purple swirling light, and my first instinct is, oh, spooky, weird magic. And then I have a moment of like, well, but it could be not. So I want to just take a second to try to like get a better angle. Right, I'm trying to see if it's an illusion.
Make an investigation check.
Yeah, normally that's not something I would do, but I have some precedent here. You know what, Gene? That's the realest shit I've ever seen in my life. That purple light is so purple.
It sure is. I mean, that's probably a portal, honestly. This creepy haunted house is just full of portals.
I don't know where that's going to take us, Heath. We should go carefully. But this does look
Let
like
us go with reckless abandon.
Do you say that and charge in?
Yeah. He doesn't
right.
charge it, but he just like moves forward.
Okay. As you step on these creaky boards and you feel wind begin to gust up as you pass through this purple light. On the inside, you see what looks like, a manor. But it looks clean and not dilapidated. But it is swirling in green and purple lights. You see creatures dancing and frolicking on the walls like a light show. And it seems like things of fancy and frivolity, but there is a looming darkness that kind of swirls and like swallows up one as another one manifests. Different things begin changing shapes in this center room.
Here are some questions. Am I now inside this building?
You believe so?
Do you think it would be considered a ruin or a dungeon?
It sure isn't.
Sure isn't?
Sure isn't. But what are you asking? For what purpose?
Historical knowledge. Can I correctly ascertain its original purpose and or determine its builders?
No, but you can make me a religion check. This looks like the house you entered, but it's definitely much nicer on the inside.
I got a 22 on my religion check.
As you look around, some of these sigils and some of these, flowing lights and pictures remind you of a maybe not something that you are familiar with, but you've at least studied in your studies to becoming a priest, or at least a scholar. This seems to be symbols of the archfey deity Madnuit, who is the fey god of dreams, nightmare, shape-changing, shape-changers, and darkness.
Perfect. What could go wrong?
And so again, you catch these on like some images like appear for a moment and then quickly disappear.
I think Dizzy's gonna look around and sort of watch these images kind of come and go and
Do you all
populate.
enter?
Yeah,
Yes, I enter after
The
Obsesh.
moment you are all in, you hear a slam behind you and a lock engage.
I don't love that.
I think so.
And for a
That's
moment, you begin
not
to
often.
hear another haunting melody. Can I get a wisdom saving throw?
22.
Perfect.
Everyone gets +4.
26.
Amazing.
23.
Great. Cool. So again, you see this, and then everyone make me a perception check as well to see if you can see where it's coming or feel, get an idea of where it's coming from.
12.
24.
Okay.
16.
Unfortunately, Heath, only with your sharpened senses do you notice. You see, peeking out from in the fireplace is a little. You see the edge of a pan flute.
That would be the best.
Toot, 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 like playing this haunting melody, but it feels like the sound is coming from all around the room. But definitely something is hiding in the fireplace of this main entrance, playing this haunted melody.
Okay. I'm going to say. I'm not even going to try to be coy about how I say this, other than I'm saying this in Draconic. There's something in the fireplace.
That makes fire.
I'm going to go start a fire. Is there anything wood in the area, Gene?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it looks like there's a wood stack, right? It's like someone lives here. This is a very cozy and plush place. There's a wood stack right by the fire.
Great. I'm going to grab some of the wood out of the wood stack.
Okay.
Get ready to toss that.
As you grab the wood and you're kind of keeping a subtle eye, it's like shadow envelops the inside of the fireplace, and it's just an empty fireplace.
I'm going to stick with that plan until.
Yeah. You with your high perception, you get a sense of there was something there, but as you began to interact, it disappeared from that location, likely using the shadows in some sort of magical or divine ability or fey ability. Who knows? And the haunted music stops.
Hello? Hi. We're not robbers. We're not here to hurt anyone. We just thought that maybe we could get some answers. But this place is weird. I'm Dizzy. Who? Hello? And I'm just gonna kind of wander around.
So, appearing from within your shadow, you hear "Bah!" and you see a billy goat looking satyr appear behind you, covered in strange paints and tattoos, almost like technicolor and vibrant, of all these strange symbols that seem to twirl and mix with it. Different images appearing. One seems to be balloons floating in the air, another is like cotton candy, and then just other things. You see squids, tentacles swallowing a ship, and all just circling around it. And he goes, are you worshippers? Do you come seeking knowledge?
No to the first question, yes to the second.
Ooh. What do you trade and who are you? Well, I know who you are. You're Dizzy. Interesting. Silly name. Hello. And he then kind of scuttles back, and you watch him fall down and disappears into your shadow, and he appears behind you, Heath, out of your shadow, but you notice him because of your high perception. Who are you? As he's probably up to maybe your peck at the head. He's probably 4.5 feet tall. And he's poking your stuff.
Salutations. I'm Heath Errol. You don't know me, but you do know them.
Well, no, he just said his name, so that's how I know him. You're Heath. Ooh, Heath. That's a good, strong name. And then he kind of quickly turns and looks at the dragon and goes, "Ha!" and falls into your shadow and appears in your shadow, Otisesh. And he says, "Ooh, what is this? So scaly." And he's like poking at your stuff, just like looking at your pouches and your belts, like just like no propriety for stuff. You also realize at this point that he is nude and just covered in like goat fur, but also weird paints that just they don't seem to smear or move on you, but they are constantly changing shapes. Oh,
Okay.
this one is strange.
I don't like that.
What are you
Usually
doing here? Are you here to worship?
We heard there were strange goings on in the manor, and we wanted.
And he disappears and reappears in a different shadow. Strange things are happening. Oh no, that sounds awful.
Well, I think strange things are happening here, just not the flavor of strange that we thought.
Well, you all introduced yourselves. Well, did you all introduce yourselves? No. I am Zerius Friffleruff.
Serious Triffleruff?
Zerius, Zerias, Frizzleruff. It's not that hard.
You're right.
So, if you are not worshippers, and he appears kind of like crouching over the couch. What are you? You're here for knowledge, you say?
Indeed, and to sate curiosity.
All right. Well, what do you trade for this knowledge?
Knowledge for knowledge?
Ooh. Well, you don't know what I need to know.
Okay.
We don't know if you know what we need to have you know.
That is a good point. I'll have to consider it. Well, ask some questions, and maybe I'll feel like answering them. Then I'll name a price. Yes. Things.
The price needs to be up for negotiation, though.
You drive a hard bargain. All of it. I'll take all of it.
I don't think we're offering all of it, buddy.
Oh,
I'm
all right.
confused by this creature and its strange mannerisms.
I'll take half of it then.
I imagine most people
Half-
who meet this strange creature are confused by his mannerisms.
Oh, I mean, are we even here? Is it awake? Are we dreaming? Who could even tell?
I pinched myself, Gene.
Otis blinks like really hard.
The moment you blink, he's not there, and then he's back where he was. But only to you, Otisesh. All right. Well, okay. I will consider something. Maybe you have knowledge or things I need. How about pose me a question, and if I want to answer it, I will then determine the price. Or ask what you're looking for, and maybe we can then figure out what we're trading.
What if we propose a trade that's tit for tat? So
I don't
we
have
ask
the
you a question,
tats.
We ask you a question, and you can refuse up to 3 times. Once you refuse 3 times, we're done. And we'll go back and forth, and we can refuse 3 times. And when either party's refused 3 times, we'll be done asking questions. That way, nobody's forced to answer anything on either side that they find offensive.
That seems reasonable.
It's a good
All
deal.
right, reasonable.
You're not followers of Quacksalver, are you? And he
Not
starts
at all.
examining both of everyone, looking at it for any holy symbols. Okay, fine. You're not a trickster. All right, you're real, right?
How would I know if I wasn't?
Oh my gosh! And he just he falls off the couch into shadows and appears hanging on a chandelier. Ah! How would you know? And then he disappears and reappears in Reggie's shadow, already petting Reggie. Reggie seems to like this guy. And he goes, I know. I can't believe that. And Reggie's like, burr, 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 burr. He's like, yeah, of course. No, I get it. Anyway, Reggie does not tell you what's going on.
The hell?
So, all right, ask me your first question.
I believe we're going to lead with folks are disappearing around town in a malicious sort of way.
Skills?
What
No, I have stealth.
what can you tell us about that?
I believe that you are true when you say that. And that is happening. But I have not looked into it, so I don't really know much.
You are a worshiper of a powerful being that grants knowledge through dreams and prophecy. And I figure it's possible that you've seen something.
I have seen things about dreams. What you said is true.
Do you know where these people are?
No.
Really?
That's another
Like-
question.
I mean,
That's another question.
Third or fourth act? You haven't done that before? Yeah, whatever
This
you
is supposed
do,
to be a
we'll
back and
play.
forth.
We'll both play.
I know, I have 3 now.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
I'm just gathering them up so I can ask them in very important manners. All right. What are your intentions with these missing creatures?
Return them to their family?
We wish to make them not missing anymore.
All right.
I'm not really sure yet, but, kind of defer to them on the general response.
Let's see. What gods do you worship?
I don't.
I can only speak for myself on this one. I'm a worshiper of Solaris.
He looks to you.
You can get that up on level 2 or level 3? That's fair.
What is that?
Gene, I just have an out of character question for Gene.
Yeah.
How would I truthfully answer this question?
Well, I mean, so Heath asked about a powerful being, but this guy rephrased it into what god do you worship? You technically don't worship like I mean, you could say that you give worship to the pantheon. That could not be untrue. But you get your powers and shit from the strange, oath, the strange thing you have with this phylactery. So I imagine that you were raised going to Dragon Church. But
Yeah, are you like a Christmas and Easter Dragon Church member?
like on paper, you were baptized.
Yeah. Okay.
That question is not precise enough to generate a worthy answer.
Yes. All right, I take it. I accept. All right, that's 1, 2, and I get a third. What do you plan on doing when you have the information you believe you need?
I mean, that'll depend on what information we get. We don't know. We have an idea of what we want to do, but that could change depending on the information received.
All right, fine. Okay, ask me the next question.
I believe this question is for my friends. Just to clarify that I'm not sending this in your direction. I I believe that with the things that we're trying to learn, we've kind of exhausted the pool. If you have more questions, we can ask them, but it seems to me that he's given us what we need from here. Unless we want to continue asking after his truthfulness.
I mean, I have questions.
I would like to ask a question.
Proceed.
If your goal was to defeat the cult of Tenebris, and your journey on that path led you through this town, what would you prioritize doing before you left?
Fail saving throws.
That's a good question.
Saving throws when you go first.
Well, that happens to be one of my goals, but not specifically the goal I was sent here for. I think that I would stop the activity that was happening in this town. Something has been usurping the shadows and the dreams.
It is your turn to ask a query.
Yes. Ooh. That is good. It is my turn. What should I ask? What should I ask? He starts kind of like looking around. What is your relation to the cult of Tenebris?
Adversarial.
All right.
I do not wish to provide you with unsatisfying answers, so if you have a follow-up by which you would like more clarity, I am happy to answer.
Alright. I have to run to the bathroom real quick. So
I will.
Faith for this exchange.
I appreciate that. But I may have something I need to ask in the future, depending on where the next questions come.
You said that you wish to stop the cult of Tenebris, and I'm guessing you haven't been able to, or they'd be stopped. What have you learned about them up until this point? And if you had allies in that goal, how could they best assist in that goal?
So, my answer to this is, I am not directly adversarial to this cult, but they have encroached on my master's domain. Here, at least. My master, as you've already figured out, is Manuit, who is the master of dreams and nightmares and darkness. And these people and these things are here to take it. And take it for the control. Bend it, corrupt it. And so, it is my hope to stop them. But I, myself, am not a person to do that. And for that sake, I might be able to assist you by providing you a blessing or a boon if you are aiming to end this endeavor.
turning 40 felt good.
I believe it's your turn, Mr.
Oh, yes. Yes. So, my thought would be, I need you to look into... What question? My thought would be... Oh, question. How quickly are you planning to defeat this threat in this town?
I wish we
as quickly as we
could.
can.
I wish we could be so confident as to give you a more precise answer than Dizzy did, but we have a goal of defeating the cult of Tenebris. The issues in this town are an important stop along the way, But the faster we can complete that, the better, though we do not know the full extent of the problem. The more information you can
Ideally
provide
tomorrow.
us on the extent of the problem, the better we can answer your question.
Because they have all the like original.
I will make.
for sale,
How about this?
like, things like that.
This is not a question, but this is going to go outside our deal, which is let us stop asking questions. It is fun. It was for a moment. It was for a bit. It was fine. But I will make a deal with you. If you agree to end this threat as quickly as possible, I would be willing to aid you with a charm or boon that will assist you. I know the quickest way for you to at least start dealing with this threat, though I do not think it will be the finality of it.
I would assume there should be some clause as to reason. Meaning, the extent of the threat and when it is eliminated is widely open to interpretation.
I will help you in my master side of things. You will have to deal with the physical side. You will also have to deal with the other side, but I can give you a boon when you are dealing with the primary side. Again, this all helps me. Think of this. I am not giving you some strange stipulation. It is... All right, so my thought is, there are dreams, there are nightmares, there are issues happening with that. And I can aid you on that side. But I cannot do anything physical.
The surface level of your proposal is very clear. Mm-hmm. My concern is when making deals with those of your kind, that the loose ends often prove to be a steep tax. Loose ends such as, for example, if there are, these numbers are arbitrary, 100 bad people involved in this thing we want to deal with. And we dispose of 97 of them and 3 of them scatter in 3 different directions, such that chasing them down and quote-unquote ending the threat fully literally, as you proposed, would cause us to not be able to pursue the Cult of Tenebris in a timely manner, then we have established a loophole that is potentially dangerous. So I wish to add a clause of within reason, such that our pursuit of the Cult of Tenebris overall is not largely derailed by loose ends when we have largely addressed the problem.
That is fair and wise. So, how about this? If I propose, then, you take out the whatever is creating the threat, physically remove them from their mortal coil or whatever's happening, and that will call it done. Just whatever the head of it is. I don't care about underlings. I don't care about other things. Just whatever is threatening my master's realm. And that in this town, and let's say within the week. That is the time limit you have, and if it is not done by then, our deal is over. And then my charm will obviously, and boon will come back to me.
If my companions find these terms acceptable, then so do I.
I accept.
The price for failing to end this within 1 week is that the blessing goes away.
Yes. You are looking to find these people. I believe it is related. I do not know much about these people. I believe this is a mutual thing. I am not one of those big fae, as he kind of like whispers. I am just a worshipper. I am like all of you, but a little crazier and definitely eating mushrooms all the time. Anyway, point we have to have here is my master has sent me visions, has sent me felt static, felt a corruption to his realm. And as I've been doing my job here, I have been doing my best to fight it, but I am one being. So, if you are more adventurous, and you all look very well armed, and you also seemed very potently able to wash off my charms that normally work on people. But you might be a little bit more prepared for the task than I am. I am no warrior like some of you are. You are all carrying weapons and armor, and I am not. So I think it's going to be mutually beneficial. I believe.
It sounds like our goals are aligned, and we are merely debating the details of an agreement. You appear to be giving us a generous leeway in that agreement out of faith in our desire to accomplish the tasks that we both find appealing is not quite the right word, but perhaps the correct direction.
Agreeable. Yes. So then we are in agreement.
I've just got one other question about the way this was phrased.
Yes.
Because you seeming amenable does not mean that the wording isn't important. You said that we have to agree to end this threat as quickly as possible. I just want to make sure within reason applies to that as well, that we aren't required to sprint from place to place.
Well, that's why I put that's why I put the 5-day stipulation on it.
So within a week.
Yes.
All right. Then I find this amenable.
Excellent. Now that we're all in agreement, he waves his pipes around and sparkles and shit go everywhere. And he goes, "Perfect. Now we have made a deal." He reaches off the wall and pulls off a painting of a dream catcher, and and it becomes real in his hand. All right. So, whatever this threat is, it has the ability to manipulate dreams and do things to people. While here, he kind of gestures at this manner, it has no effect. My master has control. But I believe in order to fight whatever this is, you're going to have to meet it in its place of power, which I would imagine would be a dream. And then I also imagine once that is broken or defeated, it will then be more vulnerable and able to be dealt with physically. So, he holds out this dream catcher. I can give this to one of you, and this will allow one of you to realize that they are in a dream if they are under the effects of something strange and different. And then that should hopefully give you the tools, if you are doing this, in order to take control and maybe wrestle away the power and defeat these beings, as they may not expect anyone to be able to fight them on their own level.
Is it the bearer themselves that is in the lucid state, or is it the person you hand it to?
It's whoever has it, I believe.
All right, brilliant.
And I don't know if this dream is going to come to you. I don't know how you make yourselves a target, but this will assist in helping you take control of your dreams.
I look forward to on purpose accidentally shooting a gnome into space.
So that is what I can give you, and I believe your threat. I believe this missing peoples and these dreams are interlinked.
Thank you for your gift, and assure you that our intentions are aligned with your own, and we will attempt to the best of our ability to fulfill this bargain.
That is all I can hope for. Well, it was lovely seeing you. Would you like tea? Do you want food?
Both of those things would be lovely.
All right. 1 second. And he falls into a shadow. And then he appears. He appears right next to you, another wall that has a corner. And he begins gesturing with his hands. And you watch as the illusions and the lights and stuff form into a tea set that he reaches into the wall and pulls out. And then he looks over. You see biscuits. And he pulls them onto a tray. And he sets them up.
So we actually came from dinner, so I'm still stuffed.
Oh, all right. Well,
Reggie will have his.
yeah, Reggie eats them.
I grabbed biscuit.
Well, if you ever decide that you want to worship a real god, come over here. Just kind of gestures at everyone. Oh yeah, don't tell people. This is definitely a secret temple. Like, you got that, right?
I did pick up on it. You're not exactly avid.
Well, of course. I mean,
I'm so happy you said it because I was about to go tell everybody.
thank gosh. Well, I mean, that would have been bad. I would have had to, like, vacate, and I've really worked hard to really get this place going. But, well, I don't really have anything more I can help you with, but I'll say this. If you stay here, I do not think you will be affected by whatever nightmarish things are happening. So, this is the only place that is safe from the dreams.
Given my sleep in the last week, that is a pretty tempting offer.
And you may even notice that there are people around town that everyone's saying they're getting bad night's sleep. I'm thinking that whatever this malicious, abilities are, is slowly weakening people's wills to make them more susceptible to this, whatever this threat is.
Can you help protect people from the bad dreams?
Yes.
What would it take to have you extend your worship or whatever to others
Well, I
to
mean,
help
my
them?
worship I could easily protect, but I just did it, and he kind of gestures to the dream catcher he gave one of you guys.
Gotcha.
Again, I'm one man in this church. That's a one man church here in this definitely building that's being paid for by me. And so,
Sounds lonely.
well, I mean, I was having fun. I could contact people in their dreams. There's a lot of fun happening. I don't know. I think it was fine. He gets all like defensive, chest bristles up. This is not lonely at all. It was perfectly fine.
When you contact people in their dreams, are you just a visitor? Do you like what is the benefit to you to visit someone in their dreams?
Well, I don't know. It depends on who I'm. If I'm contacting someone I know, we can have long conversations, and they will remember everything about it. If I want to haunt someone, this is also very fun to pull tricks. And also, sometimes it's a cute little child's birthday, and they have a dream of everything they've ever wanted. And then what happens if mysteriously a present of theirs shows up on their bed on their birthday? What a great surprise!
Okay.
Mostly it's for pranks.
Yeah,
I did.
I think I understand.
But I don't really have much more, to be honest. This was as far as I got. No one really visits me, so it was nice to have guests. You're welcome to come back anytime. Just don't tell people about me and this place.
If you told more people, you might have more time entertaining folks.
Well, I was doing that, but I was doing it subtly through their dreams. And so occasionally I would get a person here or there. But right now, it's a little hard. The dream real estate is really bad right now.
Kill it.
I mean, in this economy, jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you've been very helpful, if not a little chaotic. And thank you for your hospitality. And I'll
Of
do like a
course.
little like
One more thing.
About?
And he pulls out. Four. He pulls out a pouch.
Come here, you little fuck.
And he just reaches out with a small pouch.
I will
Ins-
take the pouch.
Inside, it feels like it has like a dirt.
What am I holding?
Oh, so again, it's not guaranteed that you will be affected by whatever this dreaming nonsense is. As you know, I'm sure you noticed people going missing was here and there. This is a sand that if you breathe in or sprinkle, it will put you into a deep sleep and likely make you more vulnerable or more appealing to that sort of, or more, not appealing, but more sensitive to dream-based magics. And it might be helpful if you are kind of looking at all of you if you want to get to somewhere together. Again, a lot of dreams happen to a person individually.
Got it. Dream dust.
Yes. It's actually pixie dust, but you call it dream dust.
Okay.
So, that should, yes, you and your band, it should assist you if you are trying to get somewhere together. Or at least attempting something. I don't know.
So are we going to spend the evening here? Are we going to get back to our other accommodations? I didn't understand
I mean,
correctly. Like
I don't
you were
think.
offering this as a base of operations.
I mean, if you wish to stay here, know that you will be safe from any intrusions in the night. I have so many guest rooms. But if you want to try to find out what is happening out in the dreaming, you could go sleep out on the town.
Yeah. I want to kill this.
Well, we have a friend who normally travels with us, so I think we're gonna hold off on any dreamscapes until he's with us. We could go check out the cemetery.
Indeed.
Certainly. It's at least a start down the path, correct?
I think
Well,
we
Mr.
have.
Frizzleruff, it's been a pleasure.
You are a credit to your kind, sir.
Well, I thank you. You are a credit to your kind, I believe. Though I've never really met anyone besides you, so I can only make that assumption.
I am. It is a good assumption. You are
Excellent.
correct.
Perfect. Bah! Well, good day.
You have
And
to
the
let us
door
leave,
opens.
Yeah, Odysseus.
You guys make
Have
your
a good
way
day.
out, and the door kind of closes behind you, and you hear click, 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 lock. All the lights and fanciness kind of disappear as you pass through the threshold. All right. So after
Okay.
dealing with that gentleman, Zarius Frizzleruff, imagine you said you were going to make your way to the graveyard, but I say before that, why don't we take a 15-minute break, and then we'll go a little bit further, and then see what happens. After that. Take
Sounds
your
good.
number. All right, we are back. So, after your thrilling talk with your new friend, and definitely not dude on mushrooms, Zarius, you begin heading all the way back through town. And so it's like another hour, like 25 minutes, as you guys come all the way back through. You head up this way, and you eventually begin heading toward the graveyard. So yeah, it's kind of it's open it's open like a park. It's kind of like you can walk through it. You're also in the nicer part of town. You guys are at this point. You were stopped at the gate, like the gate over on the wall, but you kind of were like easily like, hey, we're staying at the Sword Inn or the Worn Sword, and so you're allowed to pass through without much thing. So, as you head to the graveyard, it's a very nice burial grounds. You notice that it doesn't have a fence or anything. Oh no, it does have a fence, but yeah, everything is well stacked. Everything is well laid out. There are definitely fresh plots that people could be put down in, but yeah, there are nice paths to walk through. Roll me a perception check.
Now there's a problem.
Nat one.
Perfect.
21, not net.
10.
Perfect. All right. Apparently, Heath has the sharpest eyes in all the land. As you guys are kind of walking through, wandering, like Otis said, you're like, we cremate. I don't understand why they have all these people buried. This seems like a threat. This seems like a ripe opportunity for someone to raise undead, if someone could do that, like you or something. But it'd be fine. And Dizzy, you have night vision, so you're looking around. You see shadows, but you're like, oh, that's just a tree, or like, oh, that's a nice flower. But Heath, you see a cloaked figure of a
I should have moved out.
slender, athletic build of a person in the distance, kind of leaning over. You see a shovel as they're digging, toward the center of the graveyard.
We established earlier that it's like late at night, right? So
Yes, it's like 8 or 9.
it's fairly outside of normal. The grave digger that works for the church is digging graves time.
Maybe. Who knows? And they are just kind of it's like a hunched, digging.
Now, my eyes may be deceiving me, but I believe someone's getting some extracurricular activities done in the lich yard. I'll like gesture over to the silhouette that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, you see this kind of like gnarled, almost feminine shape. Kind of reminds you a little bit of your vision. But she's this, and you can tell, you definitely see like a soft, as you kind of get closer, like maybe there's a, maybe the moonlight kind of shows. You see this like uh, salt and peppered hair, but you definitely like gray streaks and like a blackish hair, brown. The eyes are a little hard to tell; they're dark. Definitely like a silky skin, like smooth skin, but athletic, but definitely hunched. And you see this woman with a slightly round face, just kind of hunched over, kind of tilling a small plot with the shovel and digging. And you notice that there's a small pile of dirt near it, but she doesn't seem to be noticing or talking. She's just digging.
I think I'm gonna approach with Reg.
Sure. She even as you get close, even though you clank in armor, she does not seem to turn around or notice you. She seems like really into what she's doing.
So I'm gonna be right up there with Diz.
Excuse me, miss. It's a bit late for digging burial plots.
This hunched figure, like, creakily turns, and she looks at you,
Yeah, we're
and
not
she
doing
goes,
barrels.
"I've been waiting for you to arrive."
That's weird.
Do I?
Turns
You?
out what I clicked.
No,
was the
no,
world.
you do not know me,
Mhm.
but I have seen you. Anyway, hello, welcome. And now you notice as you get close and she turns around, she's very hunched. You can tell she probably has like severe scoliosis. Um, but she is wearing a symbol, the symbol of the three, of representing all three of the gods of death, with the gatekeeper a little more prominent.
And Jean appears human.
She does appear human. She seems very young though, which is a strange thing to see. Like even though she has those like white streaks in her hair, you think she's probably in her early 20s, if not maybe just 18.
Ma'am, do you care to explain what you mean by that?
Oh, sorry. My mistake. I am Bertha Chaucer. I am one of the priests of the three, and I knew you were coming, so I was waiting for you.
Okay.
You're waiting for us.
You said Bertha
specifically?
Chaucer?
Yes, Bertha Chaucer. Well, I've been waiting for any who have come to heed the calls and those who were going to come to seek answers and inquire upon the job that we have posted. And so I figured it was my day to watch. And I had a feeling that people would come today. And so I was also digging a plot for a burial that was happening tomorrow, but I don't want to waste my time just doing nothing.
Gene, can
I'm
I ask?
sorry, a murder that's happening tomorrow?
No, 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 no. No, no, there's a burial happening tomorrow, but I was waiting for any people who are coming to seek inquiry about the job we've put on the board, and I had a feeling that tonight would be the night it happened. And sorry,
Okay.
what were you saying, Tom?
I just wanted to ask on an out of game level. I'm digging through my notes right now, but I know that there were some jobs posted on the bounty board.
Yes. So
Um,
the Temple Three are hiring people to investigate what's happening in the barrows because apparently, like, there seems to be some either undead are happening, and maybe it has something to do with the missing people. They're not sure, but like, no one has been able to get answers about what's happening in the underground. So they want to. They're seeking adventurers who are willing to investigate the barrow.
Thank you. Well, we are certainly interested in following up on that need for the barrows to be investigated. Do you have
Oh,
anything beyond what was posted you could tell us?
well, yes, yes. Would you like to go inside, or do you just want to talk out here?
When she says inside, is she like gesturing to the Temple of the Three,
Yeah,
or
yeah. She points like in the distance. She does not seem like perturbed on either direction. She just seems to want to make you all comfortable more than herself.
I'm actually happy to be out and about for a
Oh,
bit, but if
uh,
you could use some rest
no, 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 no.
or,
She kind
or
of
my companions.
she plants the shovel down, and she kind of gestures, and there are like stone benches across along the path. If anyone wishes to sit, yes. So it has come into my order that it is believed that there was something strange happening in the barrows. And while normally we keep that place off limits, we have not detected any true threats, but we have noticed that people have gone missing. And generally, when things happen, it is often because the barrows, something has repopulated it, or or a monster has dug from below, or there are many possibilities, and so we wanted to hire a group of adventurers or mercenaries who are willing to go investigate the barrows to see what is happening. If it is something, maybe these missing people have went there. Unfortunately, many people are scared and are worried about the barrows themselves. It is actually a place of legend, actually.
Oh, really?
Long, yes.
Otis
Well,
turns to his companions and says,
See, I told you so.
Which part?
The part where everything leads us to the place I said we should go first.
Oh, I see.
well, see, so maybe you are all being guided by the divine as well. But yes, so long ago, two great heroes went when they were first hired by the Baron Sir John Redwick to clear out a strange underground, a strange fog was coming from beneath the hills. A cold was freezing over. Two heroes were hired by the Baron to find out what was happening and clear it out. Beneath there was apparently a strange ice palace where a powerful wizard and a knight or a squire of old at that time went down there to investigate. I do not know the full legend, but they either defeated them or made peace, and ever since, I believe, it has always been a place, an ancient place of resting, and there might be remnants of whatever this culture was. We're not sure, but it's always been more or less kind of revered and sealed off. We believe that the top layer and the earlier parts are of dwarven make, but deep beneath there used to be some sort of a subterranean ice cavern. Unsure of that currently.
What?
Do you know
Huh.
by any chance which heroes these were?
Yes, I believe this is the heroes of Stravend, of Grimm, which is
Garth and Ralphard.
yes. But it was earlier in their careers. This is long
I've
before.
actually heard some of this story before.
This was at
Back
least a few hundred years ago.
back at the Bastion of the Strong, there is Garth kept a pretty extensive journal, and we actually, I mean, one of the stories they tell is him and Ralphard going and defeating the Ice King. Gene, is that correct? Defeating the Ice King?
It seemed like it was
It was a little ambiguous.
yeah, like there was definitely a fight, but it does not seem like it ended in like a slaughter. Like there was definitely
Right.
like an icy mist and definitely fighting off threats and then defeating a monster like a king-like monster. But it's a little hard to tell. Like it's a little vague in its details.
Yeah, they defeated the Ice King. It's one of their earliest adventures. Well, Miss, I don't think I got your name. I'm sorry, Eartha
No,
something something.
Bertha Chaucer.
Bertha Chaucer.
Yes.
Miss Chaucer, um, I do believe we plan to venture into the Barrows. Is there any aid that your church can give us besides,
Yes.
you know?
We will give you a potion of healing, and we can give you 50 gold, and if you can bring proof that it is cleared out, or that there is a larger threat, you will be paid an additional 50 gold. Though no one has come so far, but like I said, I felt good about tonight. Are you adventurers interested?
I believe we are. Yes.
Uh,
Indeed.
I can also provide at least a small map of the barrows that we have. It's not the most extensive, but it might give you at least a general idea of some of the layout.
That would be tremendous. Thank you.
Are you leaving this evening? As she looks up at the night sky.
No, no, this is probably something we'll tackle tomorrow.
Okay. Why do you not find me? Come to the church in the morning, the temple, and we will get you situated with your potion of healing and your pay. And we will also provide a vial of holy water just in case. Um, and we'll provide you with the small map we have.
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, no, I think that'll do just fine. Um,
Uh, is there a name of your group I should be expecting so I could let my fellow clergy know who's coming?
uh, that's actually something we never have really discussed before.
Ah, well, I understand. New adventurers takes forever to form a group name.
That
Yeah,
sounded to be prudent.
Should I write something down? Maybe a placeholder.
Reggie's regulars.
All right. So be it.
that's so good.
She she writes it down. All right. I will let my in case I will likely be resting. If you get up bright and early. Um, so, but they'll be expecting you. Just let them know you're there, and one of my brothers or sisters should be able to assist you.
Well, thank you. I'm hoping whatever's going on down there is not as egregious as you think, but that's the reason. I suppose you'll have eyes like ours on
We
the
we
case.
we have no confirmation whether it is, but we figured to be thorough. While the guards and the militia are searching the city for missing people, it is our duty to figure out in case they have gone to the barrows, and that is a bit more dangerous and also not really built for guard members or militia, more adventurous types to look into.
I agree. I am curious, Miss Chaucer. These missing people. You said that obviously we've all heard about them. Have you gained any more insight about that?
Um, well, I mean, it's always been the strangest thing. Again, no one's really figured out. We've inquired with the guard, and it seems like there's no breaking and enters. More there's no more criminal activity than you would expect in a city. But there does not seem to be breaking and entering. There does not seem to be assaults and muggings. People aren't going missing, and bodies are not being turned up in the river. So we have to assume that if they were taken somewhere, and we do have, I know that some of the rangers are exploring some of the wilderness and some of the further out houses in the distance, and I know that word has been traveled up and down the Stravens River to the other towns. but we figured, with it kind of picking up over the last month or so, we should definitely check the barrows just in case. Give it a nice thorough look. Unfortunately, we don't, our purview. She kind of gestures at her symbol. We're not really. If there were undead, a confirmed undead threat, we would definitely be able to help. But if it is an underground threat, if it is, monsters or elementals, that unfortunately is not really within our purview and our strengths to deal with. So we'd rather have adventurers figure out what the problem is, and if they can't solve it, they can bring it to us, and then we can figure out the right people for the job.
Well, ma'am, we are those lucky few.
I had a good feeling.
We'll certainly look into that for you. All right. Well, I can't think of anything else. Miss, it's been a pleasure, and I want to reach out a hand and shake her hand.
Yeah, she has a strong grip.
Gene, as I shake her hand, I want to pop Divine Sense.
Okay. Yeah. As you pop it, the first thing that washes over you is that you are in hallowed ground.
Good.
You get a weird feeling from Otisesh, which is normal, from under his shirt, and everything else seems pretty good. And you get a weird tingle from the Dreamcatcher.
Okay. Yeah, I'm guessing that's Fey influence. Then.
Yeah, it's not quite divine, but it's also not quite Fey. It seems to be kind of a muddling, if you will.
Sure. Okay. Yep, I shake her hand, give her a little smile, and
she just seems really chipper for someone at night digging graves, and that's like, this lady really likes what she does, I guess. Well, she goes, that was enough rest for me. If there's anything, I gotta finish this, but someone should be able to help you in the morning.
Sounds good, ma'am. Enjoy your digging.
Well, someone has to do the job, and it's me. And she continues. All right.
Cool.
Where you guys? You gonna head back to the Worn Sword Inn?
I think so.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. You make your guys in. It's pretty late. It's like it was 8 or 9 before, so it's probably like 9:30. The town seems to have kind of calmed down for the evening. And you guys make it in. There's definitely some regulars. Heath, you recognize a few people who you've seen in and out, throughout your weeks here, or week here. Yeah. Are you guys sitting, or are you guys just like go to bed? What's the plan?
I do want to kind of gather up for a quick minute just to powwow. So, hey guys, listen. We know we're going to go to these barrows, and if we're lucky, that's the source of the cult of Tenebris, and we can put a stop to it there and then. Now, we know we have to tackle it also from an ethereal dream side. I guess my question is this. Do we want to do the dream stuff tonight? Hopefully that goes well. Then, after we rest, we then go to the physical space of the barrow tomorrow and deal the final blow or whatever. What are the thoughts there?
I certainly believe that we need to enter that dream space before we complete any exploration of the barrows.
Agreed.
Without knowing how large or complex that is, it seems like it might be our first step.
I mean, it seems like it was a dwarven ruin, and there's a further cave structure beneath. That doesn't sound like a small, space.
And possibly an ice palace. Right?
Possibly an ice palace. I don't know. Do we want to wait till we're? Do we want to try this rest thing outside the barrows? Do we want to wait for Kel?
As you say that, wait, I heard Ice Palace. We're going to an Ice Palace, and Kellen kind of heads back.
Possibly an Ice Palace, not definitely.
All right, well, all right, fine. I fixed some of the glass pieces. It wasn't that bad. Well, no, it was real bad, but don't worry, I took care of it.
They're in a better spot then.
Oh yeah. It had a lot of cracks, but I fixed it up.
I appreciate that, Kel.
Of course. But I heard Nice Palace. I definitely think we should go to Nice Palace.
A nice palace sounds good to me.
It could be a nice Ice Palace. That'd be cool.
A round of drinks are brought over to you all without you ordering.
Oh, thanks, Agmar. I just kind of like shout in the direction of the bar.
She just gives you a thumbs up, polishes a medal she won that she's now wearing.
I don't know. Do we want to at least get one night of safe rest before we try this?
I think that is a wise plan.
Okay. So there's rooms 3, 4, and 5. I figure me and Kellen will share a room. We're little guys.
Yeah.
Well, and Reggie, obviously. And then I got a room for each of you. Odyseth, I don't feel like you're big on sharing your personal space.
I would prefer not to, but if necessary, I am not opposed.
Yeah, well, they have the space, so you get your own room. And Heath, we're still getting to know each other, so I got your own room too.
I appreciate that. A little bit of space is welcome. And having a bed that's not made out of stone. There's not much space in the reserve.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you all in the morning.
All right. Yeah, let's go to bed. And Kellen scoots upstairs. Is there anything anyone wants to do in the evening before they go to bed?
I'll send a sending of a status report back to Kizralia.
Do you have like a gist of what you want it to say, or a feeling what you're trying to convey?
Just a general update that we're making progress. Yeah, like not give away too much, but also not be off the books
Okay.
for too long, if that makes sense.
Your single response that you get is, let's see. I'm trying to think how long ago it's been. You had, you get 48 weeks is your response. And yeah, you said you're sending. Anyone else doing anything else?
Not that it's anything big, but Heath is going to spend like an hour in like meditation.
Sure.
The largest reasonably sized piece of fire that he can have. So probably like a brazier.
Yeah. All right, you kind of stare into the flames. It wavers, and you feel that slight connection to divinity. And as you all kind of begin to go to sleep and rest for the evening, could everyone please make me a wisdom save? Odyssesh and Heath at disadvantage.
Ooh.
Do we know who has the dream catcher, and does that matter?
It does matter. Who does have the dream catcher?
If nobody objects, Heath was going to ask after holding on to it because he's been here for a week already.
I love it. Just keep that noted, but you're still at disadvantage.
Okay.
And then Rennie, same thing for you, but you don't get your paladin aura because you're sleeping.
Oh, all right. So it's slightly less.
Yeah, it is.
I
It is
get
why.
an 11.
You're right. I'm incapacitated.
Yep.
It's
Okay.
21.
Perfect.
17.
Excellent. And one for Reggie, too.
Oh, sure. Oh, no. Dog dreams.
Everyone in that room has the bonus, though?
No one has the
No,
bonus.
I'm asleep.
Because it's while you're incapacitated. It's while you're sleeping that this is happening. So
A wisdom save for Reg. That's a 7.
perfect. All right, let me write some things down. All right.
You don't need to write things down.
I do need to write things down. You don't know what I'm writing.
I don't. But I know it's unnecessary.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't take notes, so it's important that I don't write anything down. And Disbin, you got 21.
21.
You all have a terrible night's sleep. Tossing and turning and barely sleeping. And it's a rough morning. But you awaken with the sun. And I think that is where we are going to stop tonight's game. For you all had a really bad night. Some would even say you might even had bad dreams. But as dreams always do, they fade as you awaken, and you don't really remember what happened. But that is where we will end tonight's session. And we'll pick it up in 2 weeks, and hopefully Norm will be with us so we can get everyone involved.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank you all for playing. Yeah, we'll have a good night.
Whoop, whoop.
Boop boop. Bye. No.